So I'm going to start in the garden here. That I wanted to show some of the aerials because there's been a request for people to say, what about the aerials? Well, this is the new building which is just happening at the moment, which, believe it or not, is a private chapel, pretty small, but 16 by 24. But there you are, that's cost. Now, this building is the church pipe organ restoration workshop, and if I'm able to move the camera backwards on its tripod, we've got two CB aerials on that, one at the back and one on the side, and there's a little shed which looks more like a sentry box just to the left there, not the one which you can see with the light on, but there's one to the left, and in that shed is a CB radio chassis which is a Fidelity 2001 or a 2000, something like that. And it's just a chassis on a rusty old power supply, but everything works, and that shed isn't locked, and it means that people who are working here can use the CB radio which is connected to that silver rod aerial. The one at the back of the workshop provides the signal to the CB base station that's in the workshop. So that's CB. So on the bungalow, which is a 1963 building, we've got a silver rod, or whatever they're called, 18-foot end-fed dipole with a bit of a kink in it with the wind. On the chimney are two redundant television aerials. I've not had a television for 20 years, and we used to use that Les Wallen quarter wave base station aerial on, that's the thing which looks like a rocket. That was on a business radio system we used to have. That chimney's going to come down to some extent, and those aerials will be discarded. And over there we've got, let's have a look if we can just zoom in a bit. So those three on the crossbar are 2 meters, 70 sems, 4 meters and 6 meters out of the three different aerials there. Behind there with the kinking is the CBL, which is Antron 99 without the ground plane kit that we use for the tests when we do the scratchy corner tests. And for tonight, which is why we've got this on, this thing with the loading coil on it is an Ampro mobile aerial for 160 meters. So we've put that on our little pole, and just for now, just for tonight, to do this test with Stewart, which will happen in half an hour. So if we look forwards back on this new build at that wall in front of us through the scaffolding inside and out, you'll see we have a red brick wall. The interior of this building is going to be red brick. That's exactly what I want, and that wall will have a pipe organ installed against that wall, and it's the one we bought from Louth Trinity Chapel about 10 years ago, which is a Forster & Andrews instrument from, I think it's 1864. So that's going to be having a full restoration and installation. So we'll just look back at aerials. So cemented into the ground with a bit more than 1 cubic metre of concrete is a swaged section, force pole section, which is guyed in 3 positions, and you will see probably there is a wire on there, and that is our Windham. So it's like a dipole, but it's 2/3 hot end to 1/3 earthy end, if we can say that, if I'm not being too American. And that goes over, which will just stop the camera and show you the other side. So you'll see there's a balun in the middle, and the lead going to the transmitter goes from there against that wooden building and then onto the bungalow and round. So at the other end, the pole has a pulley on it, and that's how we get some tension. It's got a bit of sag on it because the builders took out one of the guy lines without telling me when they were putting a soakaway in. So I will have to tighten that back up when they have done. So that's the back end of this building and the back end of the pipe organ restoration workshop. So this time we haven't got talkback with Mr. Chippy. What we have gained is 2 knobs. We set up, we're on 1.821. Here goes. Go again. Well, I'm still not receiving anything. So what I'm going to have to do, I'll just have to go in the other room because Mr. Chip is not with me today and see whether we can get anything back. I'll switch the tannoy speaker on in here and hopefully you can hear us. Oh, hang on a minute. This walkie-talkie might do it. G0OJF, M0SDN. M0SDM from G0OJF. Do you read over?
Roger, are you receiving me?
Yeah, Roger, I'm on a different walkie-talkie, one of the little half-watt ones. Did you receive anything from me, over?
Negative, I've not heard anything, I'm afraid.
That's interesting, I've put the aerial much higher up. I'm just going to eliminate the... I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to unplug the automatic tuner because yesterday I was about 2 to 1, but it's not going to harm the set. And just give me 3 minutes to do that, and if I'll tell you on here when I do it, and we'll go direct onto the aerial as we did do on the very first test, over.
Roger, okay. I'll have a bit of a tune around as well, good tune either side of where I am, but certainly didn't hear anything that time, I'm afraid.
Well, it's definitely on 1821, the frequency counter says so, over.
Okay, well, try again.
Roger, I'll just alter this wiring. So we'll unplug the automatic tuner. So what we'll now do is we'll put it direct. So we've got PL258, which is a double thingy. I mean, there's going to be an insertion loss with a tuner, and I said the SWR was about 2 to 1. So we'll now retune the set because the tuner was, of course, masking the set from the bad SWR. So, net, turn that down, CW, so we want dip, and load. Do that again. There we go. It's about there. G0 OGF, M0 STM, just about to go again.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm not getting a reply, perhaps he's still working out what I said. G0 OJF.
G0 OGF and 0 STM. I'm receiving very, very faintly though, but are you receiving me?
Yes, I sent hello Stewart to you, and you seem to respond with hello. Over.
My name. Okay. Do you want me to? Yeah. hear somebody else as well at the same time, I think, which isn't helping.
So, I mean, the person you were talking to who was receiving said it was quite high pitched, so it could well be distinctive. But I think we've proved it. I know it's only 10, 11 miles away, but it is actually working. But you know, we've got a proper aerial here. This is just on the Ampro, but I've put it up on 12 feet of pole, and it's made a bit of a difference over.
Okay, well, you know, I can tell, I know you're there, and I did copy. You know, a little bit of noise as well. I think the more noise in the spots there, maybe get you a bit better. But, you know, we're getting somewhere.
Good, so it proves it works better without the ATU. It's about a 2-to-1, 2.2-to-1 SWR. It was difficult to... It's alright SWRing it at ground level, or just 6 feet up, but you're up and down, up and down, up and down. And I did it with Andy, and you know, it's difficult to do it time and time again. So as soon as it was something near, I thought, well, that will do. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference, 2.2 SWR. It's capable of being better, but we have done it, and that's great. G0OJF.
No, I don't think SWR can make a lot of difference. Yeah, well, you know, a bit of antenna improvement from both sides, and you know, see where that takes us.
Yeah, well, that's it, and we can start implementing the poles for our aerial at this end. We'll dig some big holes and fill them with 1 metre of concrete each. We'll get that started soon. Building's now about 8 feet high. The building's supposed to be about 11 feet high, and then the apex roof. So, you know, we are getting there. Probably another week of building and the shell will be complete over.
Excellent. Any less than timber delivered?
Oh, it's roof tiles at the moment. It's 10 weeks back order.
No idea. But you only got one order then?
Well, we haven't, because we need to talk to the architect to see whether we can have a slightly different finish. Same colour, but a slightly different finish. Because a sand finish on the organ workshop, and the only ones available with a reasonable order time a smooth finish over.
What did you say? You're going back to planning for that?
No, I'm talking to the architect first.
I mean, believe me, there's people that do a lot worse than that, changing the finish of the tiles, and I know people that have gone too big, and you know, I'm not consulting anybody, and they've still got their planning once they've been brought up with.
Yeah, I mean, in 3 years' time you won't be able to notice the difference, but it's that time period. It's the same colour but different texture. Anyway, we'll leave it at that, and you know, at least we got a success this session over.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll be in touch as we go. You say Mr. C's gone home?
He has, and tomorrow for the club net, I intend going out with the van, with the 12-foot pole like I use, or whatever it is, and then we'll put the collinear on there, and I'll make sure I've got a radio capable of 45 watts, because Mr. Chip is going to be up there, and he's going to transmit back on 45-50 watts, and we'll see whether we can have a simplex on 70 sems for that 90-100 miles over.
Excellent, that would be a good idea. Okay, right, I'll let you crack on, and if not, we'll catch you tomorrow night.
Okay, Stewart, G0OJF out.
53, number 0 SDM, GB3GR.
So this is one of these little Retavis sets which are made for...
Quick one, 320, 1 mobile. Good evening, Andy, you alright? They're not
So this is one of these little Retivis handhelds, which is done for the PMR 446. They've got a fixed aerial, the 1/2 watt output, but they're nice, quite nice sets. The receive's not very clever really on our repeater. I don't know why that is, but it's quite usable. And I mean, I'm 7 miles from the repeater, and this is only doing 1/2 watt, and we've reprogrammed it for that, which I can quite legally do. But it's still a fixed aerial, and we do have these around the place as PMR 446. And that's why I've put the repeater call sign on there, so I don't pick up the wrong one inadvertently or give it the gardener or something. So what I was sending to him in Morse, as I said to him, was "Hello, Stewart." So you're doing their call sign. So it's I've sent CQ, so it's calling him, and then M0SDM, which is his call sign, and then DE, which it means from my call sign G0OJF, and then I just put "Hello, Stewart." Then his invitation to reply, where you would say "over," is AR. So that's sent di-da-di-da-di. It's barred together. Di-da-di-da-di. CT is commence transmission. Da-di-da-di-da. The opposite of that. Di-da-di-da-di. So that's what we sent. And I sent that several times. And we did get that response. He sent it "hello" back. And yeah, it was a bit 10-1 to use a CB term. But we are there in the right direction. So you saw where the aerial was from earlier on in the video. And that's where we're going to put this to bed at this stage. I've got the part come for the DX300. We'll be looking at that. But tomorrow I must get on. I've got a wedding to play the organ for, but I must get on with that Sonab amplifier, which we've now had some more parts for. I've now got an HMV stereo master come in as well. So there's quite a lot of stuff. So thank you for watching. It wasn't a failed attempt. I could hear him. It was right at the back of the box. I could hear him. He could just hear me. I know he's only 10 miles away. I know we're in the dip. This is 160 metres. We're on medium wave virtually just at the end. It's interesting, and that's with a 1962 radio. But once we've got the proper aerial, and once he's got a proper aerial, I'm sure it will romp in. So thanks for watching, and we'll see what we've got for you tomorrow.